So, anyways, I guess being married's okay. So, I love it when guys hit on me. Do you love it? Isn't it fun, ladies, when guys hit on you? Woo! See the lady right there? Yeah, it's so flattering. I was out the other night, and this guy came up to me, and he's all hitting on me. He's like, hey, have you ever been with a brother? And I'm like, nope, because I'm an only child. Ha! Actually, I lied. I have one sister, but I don't go that way. I mean, could you imagine? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Mine too! But some guys can go overboard, especially like when they stalk you. It's like, I'll be driving and there's always that guy following me. And then he pulls up to me telling me to pull over. If I don't pull over, he gets all desperate and puts on his siren. So now I have to pull over, which totally kills my buzz. And then he asked me, have you been drinking? Yeah, I'm an alcoholic. And then he's like, can I see your ID? And I'm like, no, I can't show you who I am. I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous. And then he's like, do you know why I pulled you over? Duh, I'm a girl. And he laughed at me and let me go. I think he liked me because I was naked. But I did get a ticket for indecent exposure. Isn't that, woo, you too? Isn't that a little bit harsh? I mean, I work out. I watch what I eat.
I've recently realized I'm the least attractive of all my friends. Anybody do that yet? Realize you're the glue, the adhesive, the cave troll holding it all together? That's good. Don't feel bad for me when I say that either. Like, notice I didn't say ugliest, I said least attractive, because I don't think I'm ugly. I am a solid 5 with a great personality. Yeah, with the right lighting and Bible verse on eHarmony, oh. I am gonna land a real big fish, you guys. Not worried. But I know where I stand. Like, I'm real average looking, okay? Like, if I were a color, I'd probably be beige. I've probably played background characters in a lot of people's dreams. You know those dreams you have? You're like, I never met that person. You have, it just wasn't important. That's what that was. No, but I know where I am, solid 5. It's important to know your number because that determines what you can go for romantically, all right? Right? Like, I'm a 5 means I can go for other 5s and 6s, maybe an insecure 7 if I'm feeling pretty. Sometimes I'll flirt with a 2, give back a little. But I don't go for 9s and 10s. That's top shelf, okay? Not for me. Do not go applying for jobs that you are not qualified for. Because we all have those friends, don't we? They're like, oh, I'm never gonna settle, Taylor. I'm holding out for a 10. I'm never gonna settle. I'm like, with all due respect, Chelsea, you probably are. Like, you are gonna get to a certain point in life, you realize perfection isn't realistic, aren't enough George Clooney's to go around. I guess this soft bag boy will do, won't he? We have always settled as a people throughout history. Some of you aren't laughing. That's because you were settled for. Do you see? Always. Back in the 1600s, they were settling hardcore. They just didn't know it because they didn't have TV. All right? What do we call them now? The American settlers. Do you see what happened? But back then, your world was so small. There was like one hot chick in your village, and she was promised to some rich duke when she turned 14. Like, you didn't know marrying a snaggletooth was just something you did.
Hey, everybody. Hi, that's cozy. Maragos was talking about love songs, and I hate love songs. They're so fantasy-based. I was driving in my car the other day and I heard that one song by Joe Cocker that everyone thinks is so great. You are so beautiful. To me? Why did he have to throw that in there? What's the subtext behind that? To me. I know other men don't find you attractive, but I think you're cute. That's kind of rude, don't you think? It's not a compliment to me. What if I wrote a song? You are my boyfriend for now. I don't like love songs. I guess I've never been in love. All my friends say the same thing. You just haven't met the right guy. You need to meet a nice man who's committed and emotionally available. I'm like, yes, I have met that guy 1,000 times. I'm not attracted to him. What do you do when the right guy's not your type? You spend every holiday alone, that's what you do. It's ridiculous too, because I had a birthday recently. I turned 31, 6 years ago. And I'm like, what is going on? I have to make some changes. So the first thing I did is I quit smoking. It's been 173 days. Thank you very much. Yeah, now I need to quit at night. But I'll get there. There's a lot of commercials out there trying to get you to quit too. A lot of brainwashing going on. I saw this one ad. If you want to quit smoking, Zyban can help. First of all, I know the girl who does that commercial. She smokes 2 packs a day. How do you think she got that voice? And have you ever really listened? I mean, first of all, they have those drugs have like 75 creepy side effects in them. And she tries to rattle them off quickly, hoping you won't really listen. She's like, common side effects may include nausea, vomiting, weight gain, tremors, ringworm, lockjaw, homicidal rages, mental retardation, bestiality, sudden coma, death. Don't take Zyban if you're over 6 feet tall, if you own a black lab, if you have tennis elbow. Don't take Zyban if you're a Capricorn. Don't take Zyban if you're pregnant, nursing, or human.
I'm happy to be alive because I had a guy follow me to my car earlier at the grocery store. Yeah, it's never George Clooney that follows you to your car at a grocery store. No, this guy had a tattoo that said, "Just do me." Yeah, no, on his face. On his face. He had about 4 teeth in his mouth. That's not an estimation. I'm rounding up from 3.5. And he had that one crazy guy eye, that just gone rogue. It looked like it was being remotely controlled by a cashier at register 2. Yeah, and this guy cabbage patches his way up to me. And he says, "I had to follow you to your car because you look so good in your pants." And then he reached into his pocket, pulled out a piece of chicken, and started eating it. Yeah, every girl's dream. So as I'm loading my groceries into my car going, gee, I wonder where they're gonna find my body eventually, he says, "Are you married?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I am, I'm married." And then he says, "What did you do that for? What about everyone else?" And I snapped. I did. I was like, you know what? No one cared that I was single before I got married. Nobody cared. Where were you when I had to pay my cousin $50 to take me to the prom? Where were you then? Yeah. Where were you when I cut off all of my hair in my Annie Lennox phase and everybody called me Bill for 2 years? No, 2 years, even after it grew back. Yeah, and I have an idea. Why don't you put your chicken back in your pocket and at least offer to help me load these groceries into my car, like a gentleman? And then his eyes widened, individually, of course. And he just simply turned and walked away. And I guess that's when I realized I'm too crazy to abduct and murder.
So I have one more thing, just a little bone to pick, okay, with the guys. What do you mean, gentlemen, when you say to a girl, "We should hang out"? What does that mean? Because we need to know, right? Right? Like, we need to know, okay, here's the thing. Are you going to feed us or should we eat beforehand? Like, we need to know. Right? It's important. Should we dress up? Like, we need to know what to wear. Even more than that, should we shave? Okay? How much should we shave, really, is the question. Because let me tell you something. If I end up dressed up, starving to death, shaved into prepubescence, at your buddy's house watching the game, I am going to be pissed. I am going to be so pissed, I might just go out afterwards and not waste that shave. Because let me tell you something. There is only a 24-hour window of smooth time. I know. And after that, you are scratchy. Okay? And once you're scratchy, you are out of commission. Nothing happens on the scratchy days. Which is why, guys, if you're ever out with a girl and she's like, oh, no, stop. It's not because she doesn't like you. She shaved for somebody else the night before, and now